So, hello everyone. Hope you can hear me. Hope you can see me. We gave 2 minutes to anyone who wanted to join till now, and I believe that we can start. So, welcome to today's webinar titled Smarter Support Automated Service Workflows. We are really excited to have you here today with us, and thank you very much for joining. And by us, I mean myself, of course. My name is Jakub Dubiel, and I work here at Easy Software as a head of customer success. And joining me here today is my colleague, Jan Robicek, our automation and integration engineer of our Easy8 brand, which focuses on automations and integrations, making not only support teams to work actually smarter and faster, thanks to AI and more. So welcome here today, Jan.
Hello, Jakub, and hello, everybody. Happy to be here and happy to see that we've got quite a few participants already.
Thank you, Jan. It's good to have you. So what's ahead of us today? Together, we will take you on a journey through the lifecycle of a support ticket, something I'm sure that you and your teams know all too well. We'll walk you through the ticket journey. So from intake to the resolution and all the way to the knowledge capture and client feedback. For each step, we will highlight typical pain points, how we used to handle them here at Easy Software, and most importantly, how we improve them thanks to automation and AI. The best part here is that everything we will show you today can be applied in your own company as well, saving time for your team and delivering better services to your clients as well. Even if you are not users of our Easy Redmine, the solutions presented can be applied to other tools as well. So also, please feel free to write down any questions you might have throughout today's webinar. We will answer them accordingly to the time left in the webinar or afterwards individually. So please provide us any contact details so we can get in touch with you. So we got a lot to cover. So let's dive right in. Well, let's start with the beginning of the ticket lifecycle, the ticket intake. You all know the scenario. Ticket arrives via a client zone or email and lands in a general pool, right? Priorities are often mixed. Things can get chaotic, and it's not always clear which ticket should be handled first. And on the top of that, someone always has to manually watch the pool, maybe assign the tickets to others. But what happens when that person is working on something else, or worse, that they are sick, or maybe on a vacation? Well, what happens is that SLAs, of course, start slipping. Tickets get delayed, and some support agents are overwhelmed. So others may be completely offline. So it's all get, as mentioned, a little bit chaotic. So I have a first issue and a question here for you, Jan. Is there a better way to actually handle this process?
Mm-hmm. Yes, absolutely. There's better ways how to do it, and that's automation. As you know, here in Easy8, we're very much into automating business processes and building up integrations and integrating AI into our day-to-day workflows. And support, your team, has been one of our earliest adopters and earliest internal customers. So I'm going to, throughout the whole webinar, I'm going to show a host of different solutions that we've built or integrated into Easy Redmine, and that's either using an A10 integration and automation platform, or using our own Easy AI, which is part of the core product. So back to your question, if there's a better way how to handle a ticket intake, Let me share my screen, and then I'll get to finally answer that question. So tell me once you see my screen.
Yes, we do, Jan.
Excellent. Okay, so I'm now logged in this window as a end user through our HelpDesk portal. I've got a ticket created, and I'm going to submit it straight away. Now, the old-fashioned way how we used to do things was to have somebody dedicated to a pool duty where they were constantly watching if there are any new tickets or not, if there's anything that needs to be answered, and so on. And on occasions, things would slip and we would miss the response SLAs, or things would not get handled the appropriate way. So what we've done was build up a very simple automation that basically, whenever a ticket gets created, uh, it gets automatically assigned to an agent based on availability, which is taken from EasyRedMine from the attendance module. And then it gets assigned to an agent who has the least amount of tickets currently assigned, to kind of spread things out evenly. And because one of the reasons why we occasionally missed before was that somebody wasn't watching the queue if anything came in. We also built up this workflow which sends a message to Microsoft Teams, to the team itself and to the person who gets the ticket assigned. So we have increased our SLA for the first response thanks to this very simple workflow, this very simple automation. From, if I remember correctly, it used to be about 93%. Now we're at 98% response rate. So that was quite an improvement there.
That's true, Jan. I can confirm that. Thank you very much for demonstration of those solution. It looks really great. And as mentioned, I really can confirm that this saved us some time and improved overall first response and resolution time accordingly as well. But Jan, I know that this flow and what you showed us is suited to our needs and our solution, right? But let me ask you this. Can this all be customized for different setups of our clients? Because as mentioned in the beginning, they might not be using our tool, or maybe they work differently. So how is it with those flows to be customized according to their needs?
Yes, a valid question. Since we have built this workflow using the N8N integration platform, we're able to customize things as per individual client or individual team needs. We can have. I know that some companies are assigning tickets, for example, around Robin, where Agent A gets a ticket, Agent B gets a ticket, Agent C gets a ticket, and then back to A to B to C. That can be done. That can be easily done using just a slight modification of the workflow, or you might have, for example, ticket assignments based on competencies or based on skill level or account level. For example, you might have a couple of people dedicated to handling VIP clients, and they will not be talking with clients of a lower size. So that can also be taken into account, that if a VIP client reaches out, it gets assigned straight away to an appropriate person and ring all the bells wherever they're needed to make sure that this gets the appropriate attention. And to the second part of your question, it is also possible to build such a workflow since N8N is pretty much platform agnostic. It's also possible to build similar workflow for any other tool. If somebody would come to us, hey, I would like to have this for Jira or for SolarWinds or for Zendesk, that's also possible to do.
Great to hear that. Actually, I think it's pretty neat that it's applicable not only across tools but also across the needs which our clients or anyone who is watching us have in their mind. Great. So let's move to the next part of our journey from ticket intake to the resolution. So once the ticket lands in the queue, we all know the next challenge, solving it. So the support agent picks it up and begins by trying to understand what's actually being reported by the client. Sometimes the issue is simple, but in many cases, especially within the complex issues, it takes time to really do the investigation. So here comes the real struggle. That the agent might have seen this issue before, but really can't remember where or how it was solved. And they all know the solution is somewhere, but it's buried in past tickets, internal notes, or maybe scheduled documentation. So now they are spending much valuable time searching and digging through emails, chat history, or knowledge post. So just to find that helpful detail, and still SLAs are ticking during this time. So if there is no clear context attached to the ticket, it just makes everything maybe slower and more frustrating. So Jan, I have yet another question for you. Do we have some solution, smarter and more efficient way to support the support teams during this, on the first point of view, simple step of the process?
Mm-hmm. Yes, of course. Let's have a look on it. I'm starting to share my screen yet again. So just tell me once you see it.
Yes, we do.
Excellent. So first let me just give a 10 for this. So here I've got the ticket that I have just opened. Now, what I will be showing now is how we could use the Easy AI to help us with the resolution. So this is something that we don't have through the N8N platform. This is integral to EasyRedMine itself. So I've got a ticket, and there's a couple of things that I can use to speed up the resolution of the ticket. The most important part of Easy AI for HelpDesk agents is probably quite clearly this HelpDesk assistant, which, based on the issue description, based on any comments or journal entries and so on, is going to have a look on the ticket. It's going to dig through our documentation, through our knowledge base, and so on, and it's going to draft an answer that we can use for the client. So here I was reporting that we've got an issue with an internet connection, and it's not happening to anybody else, so it's not an outage. So here's the answer that was drafted. The recommendation is to restart the computer, which is very valid. Did you try to turn it off and on again? It's a staple of IT support. reconnect to Wi-Fi, run speed tests, check background processes, run ping tests, which is pretty much what I would suggest to the end user myself. And this way, I've just had it much faster than if I was typing it. And here at the bottom, I can see some references to resources that the Easy AI was using to draft the answer. So here I can just paste this comment. It's going to be pasted in. I'm just going to change the name. And I can simply send it out. Now, if the client or the end user replies, I can use the HelpDesk assistant again to get a next answer, and this should lead me to a faster resolution. The HelpDesk assistant, of course, is not the only one that we can use. There's also the AI task summary, which can help, for example, if we have a long ticket where there were multiple people involved, there's dozens of comments. I can just ask it to do a short summary, either in text or bullet points. Also, if you're getting questions in different languages, you can create prompts to translate the ticket to another language. So for example, I'm just going to translate it to Czech. And here I've got the translated ticket description. Here I've got the translated email that I've sent out to the end user. So that's something that can be very, very useful. Also, if we are writing an email, I can also use Write Assistant to translate my answer from English to the required language. So I can change it to Czech and save it in here. Another one which can also be useful, not just for HelpDesk, but also for the end users, is the Knowledge Assistant, which you can use as a simpler way how to search through documents, through knowledge, and so on. I can just ask a question in a natural language. How can I request a new company laptop? And based on the information from knowledge base, in this case, I've got a link to an article. It's going to tell me how can I make the request, how long would it take to process, link to a request form, and so on. So this is something that HelpDesk users can, HelpDesk agents can use to look for answers, or end users can use to look up information.
Thank you very much, Jan, for answering the question. I think this shows also a great time-saving process. Let's move to another challenge which we faced within our support team, and probably familiar to most support teams, and that's ticket escalation. So I know that not every issue can be solved by frontline support, and not every knowledge and every ticket can help always to solve that particular report by the client. So some tickets are simply too technical, too complex, or fall under the responsibility of another team, like development or maybe advanced technical support. So the tricky part is that before you can pass the ticket as a support agent along, you still need to understand it well enough to describe it, let's say, clearly. And then comes the manual work, right? So writing up a bug report, taking the ticket, contacting the right person or a team, and ensuring that it lands always in the right place. And all of that also takes a precious time. So especially when you are already juggling with heavy ticket queue. So is there a smarter way also and more efficient to escalate tickets and reduce the manual work involved?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Let me just, I've got a ticket ready here already with some back and forth conversation. So what you're describing is a thing that happens all the time, and it's also one of the sources of friction between teams, between the L1 engineering developers and so on, because well, support is motivated to hand over as fast as possible because usually their SLAs are based on turnaround times and so on. And of course, when it lands with development or with engineering, those guys with very high hourly rates don't want to dig through tickets for information. They want to be served everything on a silver platter. And we can use AI agents, AI bots to help us out. This is again something that we've built out using the N8N platform and tied it to our automation buttons here. So what I can do is I can just click on the report bug button. That's going to fire up a workflow which is going to gather all the information from the ticket. It's going to run it through an AI agent, and it's going to compile a bug report, assign it to the bug project, and it's going to send me a notification in a moment as soon as the workflow does finish.
Hope there isn't any bug we need to report.
Hopefully not. Hopefully not. I would prefer not to be.
So how does it look, Jan? I think this happens sometimes, right, with the workflow, but
Let's move forward, and hopefully the report will be created in a short while.
okay, we can get back to that. I think that we can all imagine that that bug report was created. So moving on from this part. All right, so this is nice. I think those automations buttons are something that I really like, and I think that we use a lot. But this is not always about bug reporting, right? I can imagine that me or any other of our clients or anyone else would like to use those buttons for something else. So can it be customized for another flow?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. These buttons can trigger basically any flow that you build up that you can think of. We can easily create reports, create all sorts of reports, create similar escalation reports. It doesn't have to necessarily be bug. As I mentioned, sometimes you need to pass things over to engineering and so on. So it is 100% possible to create different workflows as you need.
Okay, great to hear that actually. Another thing that came to my mind while you were speaking about those automations buttons and bug reports is something that I'm sure many of us, the audience and myself, have faced, and that's major incidents. So from time to time, there might be a system outage, and thankfully, I think that it didn't happen on our end recently, but it happens, right? And when it does, clients start reaching out immediately. So as a result, multiple tickets flood in, often describing same issue, but at first observation, they look all like a separate, unrelated reports. So this clogs up the support queue, creates unnecessary duplicate work, and again, wastes precious time when your team should be focused on the resolution and the communication rather than opening basically same tickets all over again. So is there also a way, maybe thanks to those features, consolidate these tickets and manage them more efficiently and streamline the response during such high pressure moments?
Absolutely. Again, something that sadly sooner or later happens is some kind of an outage, some kind of an issue affecting multiple people. By the way, the bug report was just created, just took a little bit longer than usual.
Great to hear that. Is it maybe because of the lot of information it needed to
It's possible,
consolidate?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah. It usually takes about 30 seconds, a minute, but it can take a longer depending on the issue.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, anyways, here I've got one of several tickets that were reported for slow network. So, just going to fire up another workflow, and what's going to happen on the background is the AI will take all the tickets that have been recently open and will scrape through them and compare this ticket with the other ones that have been reported. And what's going to happen is those tickets that are of the same topic are going to be attached as children of this ticket. With this button, we've defined it as a major incident. So all the other related topics will be made as children of this incident, and there's going to be a notification sent out. So let's see if it already went through. Yeah, I can see that there are several tickets that were identified: very slow network, extremely slow network, websites timing out. So these 4 are related probably to the same issue. And what also happens is a email notification is going to be sent out, which can, for example, look like this. Again, this is fully customizable because it's been built with an A10. So the looks and the template for such a notification can be altered.
Great. It's nice to hear that actually, and I thank you very much for demonstration of solution such as this, because this is also something which I think is usable in those situations. I would like to go back a little bit because you've showed up some of our product assistants, like HelpDesk assistant and knowledge base assistant, etc. And once I joined, let's say, Easy Software, and I discovered those features, I was quite curious where those assistants actually take their knowledge from. So can you answer that question for me, Jan?
Okay, no problem. I'll just reshare the screen again. And if you have the Easy AI activated, you will have the AI assistant dashboard, and there are collections, and these collections can have multiple data sources connected to them. So the AI basically creates a vector database with information from all these various sources. So the AI can easily look up for information across different different sources. So what can we have is attachments. You can have individual files. You can have zip files containing documents. All those, unless the zip file, of course, it cannot be password protected. But all those files there will be used as a data source. You can have an individual website as a data source, or what you can do is to use a web crawler. So basically, you can tell them what we've done in here. Here is a link for the documentation, and the individual documentation articles are nested below. So I can just put the URL for the web crawler. I can tell it how deep it should go, how many levels below the top page. And I can do some other qualifications there. I can have Confluence, one of the data sources. I can have tasks. So here I can easily create a filter based on the usual criteria that whenever you're filtering anything. It's pretty much the same. And if you narrow down the ticket data, you can have that as a data source for the knowledge base. For the AI, and of course, then we've got a knowledge base part of our product, an add-on for our product, which can also, of course, be turned into a data source. You've seen when I was showing the previous AI assistants, or the AI assistants previously, it was referring to articles inside the knowledge base. So it's pretty versatile.
Great to hear that. Thank you, Jan, for answering the question. Here, I wanted to mention one thing to our audience here, which maybe you didn't know about, but whoever is a user of our Easy Redmine and have one of our plans, which is business package, some of those features are already available within the application. You just need to request the activation of such. And in case you would like to activate it or need more information about it, please just do not hesitate to contact the account manager or customer success manager of yours. Thank you. So before actually we will move to another part of our webinar, I would like to launch here a short 2 to 3 minutes pool to ask you several questions about the workflows, automations, and AI in your teams in general. I hope you all can see that. Let's give you those 3 minutes. Okay, so thank you everyone who attended our poll. Let's move to another important area of today's webinar, and that is what happens after the ticket is resolved. So in many companies, the honest answer is nothing. So the ticket gets closed and all the valuable information that was uncovered during its resolution disappears. There is no summary, no insight captured, no shared learning for the rest of the team. And that really is a missed opportunity here. So not only internal knowledge, but also improved processes or even influence to the product development based on the real client issues get lost. So similar tickets keep coming, and the support team wastes time solving the same problems over and over again. So how can we actually turn each resolved ticket into something more without adding a bunch of manual work like writing summaries, knowledge-based posts, or process feedback? Well, Jan, I think that this actually sounds like a question made for you, especially since you've led a support team yourself. So how can we officially extract insights and knowledge from resolved tickets and make them useful for the future?
Yep. You're absolutely right. This is something that in many teams, many companies is not really seen as important thing, or it's not something that support people really like to do. I know what I'm talking about. I've spent 15 years on various positions in support. And something that in the previous company I worked, we started to do quite early, and I then tried to implement it in here, is to make closure notes. As support agents, we hated it because, well, once the ticket is resolved, we want to move to another one. But let's say I've got this ticket in here. There's a lot of conversation, a lot of troubleshooting steps. If somebody else gets the ticket or the client reopens the ticket, so to read through this would take quite a lot of time. So what I've tried to make happen in our support, and while it did, nobody really liked it, was to start writing these resolution notes to describe what symptoms was the customer facing, what resolution steps were taken, and if known, what cause was behind it. Because that makes an analysis, later analysis easier. So for example, if you're doing problem management, a problem managers don't have to read entire threads. They can just have a look on the summary, and also it's beneficial for AI itself, because as I've shown you, tickets can be a data source for the AI, and if the AI gets this summary in hands and knows what the root cause was and knows what the troubleshooting steps were, there is a good chance that on the next occasion or next occasions, it's going to start suggesting this solution to agents, because that's how it learns. So this way you can have very simple, very clean summary at the end of each ticket. How it works is the ticket gets closed in our production. It gets closed, and this summary is being made here. I've just made it on request. But yeah, that's one of the ways that we can do, and we are actually doing.
Can you also show to our audience how to create a structured, let's say, a post, knowledge-based post, content quickly and efficiently without all the copy pasting and formatting work? Because I believe we do have such a feature as well, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely, I can use the AI task summary, for example. So here I've got a prompt to turn this case into a knowledge article. And basically what's it going to do is to, again, take the entire content of the ticket, the description, the comments, everything, and it will apply a standard template that we have to enforce uniformity of our knowledge article structure. So I can now just copy and paste it into the knowledge base and have a knowledge article created way faster than if I would do so by hand. It could take easily half an hour to write a good knowledge article. This way, I've got it in minutes. Probably it will need a little bit of attention from somebody, but still it's going to take, let's say, 10 minutes instead of an hour.
Yeah, it's always good to hear that. It's great to keep the human in the loop, right? So there is a little bit of editing and adjustment, but yeah, it saves time, a precious time again. So thank you for showing that to us as well. Before moving to the very end, I have a bonus topic here, which I didn't mention. And I think it'll be especially relevant to many of you here today. I'd imagine that most of the audience isn't made up of frontline support agents, although you are certainly welcome here, of course. But for the most part, I believe many of you are support team leaders or managers or department heads. So naturally, the question becomes, how can I, as a manager or a leader, benefit from all of these improvements personally? So how can I track what's going on in my team, spot trends, and make smart decisions without actually spending, again, valuable time pulling data manually or jumping between dashboards? So naturally, we do have some trends or dashboards or graphs within our product that shows the team performance. But sometimes what you really need is a higher level summary, something that consolidates everything you need to know and is easy to digest, let's say. So Jan, is there a way maybe to automate reporting and monitor performance of support teams in a way that's both effective and time-saving?
Well, as you know, there is, because I have built a report for you specifically. So let me just share the screen. All right, tell me once you see it.
Not yet.
Okay, yeah, I need to confirm. That's a good first step.
Yes, now we see your screen.
Perfect. So basically, this is a, well, lightweight variant of what you are getting into your teams on a weekly and monthly basis. And it's a modified version of what is being reported to our C-level on a monthly and quarterly basis. So you can have a dashboard in Easy Redmine showing you how you fared with your SLAs, how many tickets were resolved, and so on and so on. But unfortunately, you can't pull information from multiple data sources into this report. So, for example, the customer satisfaction, as you know, we are using external tools to gather that information for chats and for email tickets. It's different data sources. The the advantage of using the NA10 I can pull information from multiple places. In this case, it's EasyRedMine for the information about SLAs, the times to respond, the links to missed SLA tickets, ticket lists, the notable observations and top 5 topics. The customer satisfaction is taken from a different tool. So that's something that can give you an overview of how things are looking in your space. Of course, again, this is done through the N8N integration platform, so it's something that we can do for basically any kind of system that, as long as it has an API interface, we can build something like that. And it doesn't have to be for, I don't know, IT support operations or customer support operations. It can be reports for management on progress of projects and so on and so on. So there is a lot that we can do this way. And of course, it can be scheduled and delivered to you straight away without you having to go into multiple places to dig up the information.
Thank you, Jan. It's surely effective again. So let's actually move to the final stage of the ticket journey, from insights and internal knowledge to something equally important, which is client feedback. So because if we've improved every part of the process, the ticket intake, assignment, resolution, knowledge sharing, and we know how our team stands, we still need to ask that one question: how does this actually feel on the client side? So are we delivering a better experience? Did we truly solve their problem? Is there still something left unresolved? The challenge is that feedback collection is often done manually or through disconnected tools, and it's not always easy to track trends or follow up properly. So Jan, I know there is a smarter way to collect client feedback consistently, track it, and actually use it to improve our performance. So can you show us, please, how do we handle this?
Absolutely. So we're using we're having this workflow set up on our production. Well, once it loads, you might see it. But while it's loading, it's built through N8N. So those of you who have no idea what it is or how it looks like, you're gonna see in just a moment. This is a workflow that basically maps the flow of information throughout different systems. There's a couple of AI assistants involved. And the result, those of you who have been in contact with our support in the past 2-3 months, you might know how it actually looks like, because you will be getting these emails from our support, where you've got the resolution summary, which is done by AI. Is going to send you a request to give us tell us your feelings about the resolution. And if the email is coming, or if the original ticket was logged in a different language, it's going to respond in the original language. So for example, it can look like this if you would be logging a ticket with us in Czech language. Everything has been translated to Czech by an AI. These personalized emails have been quite a success, because for a long time we have struggled to get meaningful feedback on our tickets. And if I remember correctly, before we've rolled this out, we've had about 3 or 4% response rate on those requests for feedback that we were sending previously, which is not that much. Now it has raised to about over 15%, which is, well, still could be better, but it's quite an improvement from the previous state of affairs. So it has helped us to improve the feedback loop and increase the client engagement.
Yes, thank you, Jan. That's true that it really helped, and I can again confirm that. And thank you very much for help with building this type of workflow for the customer success team. All right, so before we come to the very end of this webinar, I would like to ask our audience yet again for filling out another pool, which will be available within the QR code, which I will be sharing right now. And also you can find the link within the chat available as well. So let's give you another 2 to 3 minutes to fill it out. And now it is about AI in general and AI adoption within your companies.
In the meantime, there is a question from Jay Clark. If we can share the results of the previous poll again, we're going to send it over via email in a follow-up after the webinar.
Thank you very much, Jan, for covering that. With this, we are actually on the very end of the webinar. So thank you very much, all of you, for joining us today and for spending your valuable time with us. We really appreciate it. A big thank you as well to everyone who participated in our pools. Your input means a lot to us. And of course, a huge thank you, Jan, for joining me here today, for your great demonstrations of the tools and workflows that I hope spark some ideas for our audience as well. If you have any questions about what you saw or heard today, or if you're interested in implementing some of the solutions presented in your own team, so feel free to reach us. We are always happy to help you. So once again, thank you for being here with us today. We wish you a great rest of your day. Take care and see you next time.
Okay, everybody have a great day and thank you for participating.